What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to break down how this guy right here cheated on the Hustler live stream tonight. So to get started, just want to introduce you guys to who these players are. So this guy right here is SoFlo Antonio. He used to be a YouTuber where he did fake pranks and really weird pranks, and now he apparently just plays poker. And the other guy, don't know who he is, but his name is Skills Rocks in this game. This guy is the guy in question. He's the one who cheats in this game, and I'm going to show you how in many hands. Alright, so to start with, in the beginning of the session, they play this hand. So I'm just going to play this and let you guys watch.
He has jacks. Sure. No, you see, you just fucked up. You heard that, right? Thank you. How can you ask me and then fucking say for that much? That's crazy.
I might be down to gamble. Here, this is what I have. Can I see what you have?
You have an over, I swear to God.
Ace jack.
No, you have an over.
Queen jack.
I don't have queen jack, I swear to God I don't. I don't have ace jack or queen jack.
If you don't have queen jack, I'll run it twice.
Yeah, sure. I swear to God.
This is a little scummy, I feel.
Queen jack or ace jack?
Yes, I don't have, I swear to God.
Run it twice for that. But you have it. Show me before I do it.
Guys, I can't do that.
Oh,
Bro, you can't tell me. You just said if you don't have queen jack.
That's way better than that. You just said,
Don't run the game. I was listening. Don't run the game.
Antonio, that's crazy, bro.
Don't run the game.
That is so
He
sick. He said call, run it twice.
I'm gonna handle this right now. There's no deals. You can't. You need to make an action. I can't run it
That is
twice.
so sick, Antonio. You just called and said run it twice.
you have better than ace.
You just asked me,
and jacks.
Make a move and they're gonna
That's better.
That's so fucking sick, bro.
I'm
That's,
just here
Bro,
now.
don't fucking
And
ask
the
me shit,
clown
bro. You
show
just asked me.
continues.
Call and run it twice. That's so fucking sick, bro. You're a fucking. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. You just asked me, call and run it twice, and I showed my fucking hand.
Bro, you were trying to be all cool with him.
Yeah, that is
Lame. No. Skills Rocks is way in the wrong there. He was trying to get.
I'm not concerned about that.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to break that down a little bit. Basically, Antonio knew he was obviously behind, but he didn't know how behind he was. And this guy that's supposed to be his friend, Skills Rocks, was not making it very obvious that he had a huge hand, pocket jacks. He made it seem like he just had two live cards, like Antonio had two live cards. But he was just saying, oh, you have one over, you have one over. So he was really trying to angle him to get him to call, and it basically almost did happen, but I guess because Antonio didn't say call, he didn't actually end up playing the hand. They actually didn't end up running it, and the dealer, stepped in and said we can't do this. So this ends up being nothing. But this was something that happened in the beginning of the stream, and it's just pretty surprising because these guys are supposed to be friends, and this guy Skills Rocks is really trying to screw his friend over. And all throughout the beginning of this stream, these guys were basically straddling for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This is a 10, 20, 40 game. So obviously with these straddles, it becomes a lot bigger. And they were talking during the hands and making it seem, giving information away during the hands and things like that. And this guy that's standing right now, let me move my face so you can see, this black guy that's standing in the middle of the table, this guy's name is Barry. And this guy is the victim of Skills Rocks cheating throughout this session. And you'll see why. But it's pretty interesting too, because this guy Barry, even from the beginning to now, he's basically saying, look guys, I don't want any BS happening. Like, what is this? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, let's just play poker. Like, this guy was a good guy from the beginning of the stream, from what I could tell. I mean, he was tipping the dealers really well. All the commentators are talking about him.
Do you understand where I'm going
Yeah.
with this? You're not listening. The man said
I never said the word just call.
The guy said, did he not say I called, run it twice?
No, I said if you have certain
saying there's no more of that.
I wanted to see it first. I knew you wouldn't show it to me for a reason.
What does it all mean?
I knew you wouldn't show it to me.
Someone stack this guy, please.
No more that bullshit.
Alright, no more deals.
Let's go. Don't like that.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting. The commentators are even from the beginning of the stream saying no more. Well, it's not really the beginning, but near the end of the or middle of the stream, at this part, they're even saying no more bullshit. Let's stack this guy. Like they're rooting against this guy, which is pretty funny. And you know, you could see Barry, who was basically saying no more bullshit. Like let's just play. Like I was saying. So let's get into the next part. So this is the first hand where things get really weird. All right. So let me just play this. So in this hand, this is the first real proof that there's some weird shit going on, right? And shout out to Angry Little Boy in the comments section of this video who puts some really useful timestamps. So in this hand, this guy, Skills Rocks, actually ends up kicking Antonio to try to warn him what hand Barry has. So obviously this guy Skills Rocks has seen Barry's hand and he's trying to warn Antonio. And he does that by kicking him under the table. Like, just watch, you'll see.
Maybe you don't understand how I work.
And you can actually just see him looking at his, in the angle of where his cards are right here.
Straddle a 200.
They are again. It's like...
This ain't enough money to bother me. I know, dog.
So they're playing a multi-way pot. This is happening quite often. Skills Rocks, this guy that's the cheater, he ends up flopping 2 pair. And Antonio has top pair, and Barry has an open-ended straight draw.
He's got top pair. Man, we're a bit sick of his Barry, but he is open-ended.
I think it's sick.
Oh my gosh, Barry just beats it. But
Wow.
here's.
So right there, you can just see Antonio reacting to something under the table. This guy just kicked him under the table. He sees that the turn gave Barry a straight. Obviously, he knows what his cards are, and he just kicked him under the table.
Here's the pot. Here.
Oh, and then he's going to look under the table and, you know, just pretend like, you know, oh, what happened under the table? I don't know. Antonio, I guess, isn't smart enough to realize what's happening and catch on to the guy that literally just tried to screw him. So, like I said, they weren't friends, and now they're friends apparently because Skills Rocks is trying to help him. But anyways, he doesn't catch on.
Please don't tell me that.
He said, "Why are you hitting my foot?" And Barry's like, "What the hell is going on?" Right?
Wow, 20.
But Antonio still doesn't know what's going on, and he literally just keeps putting chips in the middle.
Huge bet.
Antonio bets out.
2,400. 24.
I have a feeling those rocks just gonna rub it in.
And obviously, let's not forget Barry has the absolute nuts.
That's such an angle.
The stones.
Like a leg kick. Leg kick.
No,
And did you hear that? He just said, that's such an angle too, the leg kick. And Antonio still doesn't understand. Hell, maybe Skills Rocks was trying to kick me to, like, tell me something. Like, he still doesn't understand that, and now Skills Rocks has to kind of defend and say, oh no, I don't know what happened.
really got. Are y'all kicking each other? No, I'm moving my fucking foot. Oh, fuck.
This dude's a scumbag.
God, I hate this. I want to take his money right now. You kidding me?
So, Skills Rocks is acting like this is a tilted call, is what he's going to do here.
Wow, this is so sick. I cannot believe I'm going to fold this.
Yeah, no one can believe you're going to fold this because you literally can't fold anything in this game. And now all of a sudden you have 2 pair on this kind of board and you're going to fold. Like, there's no other way this guy would know to fold this hand other than having seen his cards. It's just, like, not possible, right?
You're not folding, bro.
Even the commentators who, like, have been watching this guy for 5 hours, probably many other streams, know he's not folding.
My bad. I got mad. I hate that card. You don't understand. I hate that. He said you kicking him and then you gonna fold.
Bro, if he folds,
He's not
Yeah, Barry's right. Why are you kicking each other and now you're about to fold?
folding. This is an angle.
Oh, really?
100.
I fold and I hold.
Oh, he is folding.
Wow.
But I was like,
legitimately blown away by that.
Wow.
I fold and I
That is amazing.
How much?
2,400.
He folds and he holds and leaves his partially good friend Antonio. I don't know if they're friends. He leaves him out to dry and about to get stacked.
Not in a million years would I have ever guessed.
He was more
We're going to skip through this, but I do want to show a part at the end.
scared of it. No.
But huge.
So Antonio's about to get stacked.
Oh, all in a snap. Wow.
Turned it into a bluff and I had an ace. That's so sick.
Whatever you did, whatever y'all said.
I turned it into a bluff and I had an ace.
Yeah, he's right. Whatever you did, whatever you guys said, not cool. And then he walks away from the table for a bit. He knows something's up.
I turned it into a bluff because I thought he had another
Give me the
ace.
money. I don't care about that weird shit.
That's crazy.
Okay.
And you know what's funny too is I'll show
So
you.
crazy. I turned it into a bluff because I thought he had another.
And I think
This guy, Skills Rocks is what he's called. This guy is such a scumbag that he even picks up the cards that he folded and says and runs over to Barry.
they colluded poorly.
Wow.
Not sure, because we're going to need to do a little bit of investigating, but there was clearly a kick between them. And I think now
He
Antonio
goes, "Look, bro."
Oh, fuck.
or Skills Rocks is pissed.
97, dog. Now you see what I'm talking about? You gonna leave me? Come on, dog. Okay. I ain't kicking that fool for shit.
Crazy. I want your money.
He's like, "Look what I folded, dog. Like, what? I'm not kicking him for shit." I don't understand what his point is here, because this just doesn't do anything but make him look worse. Like, oh, you actually folded nines. You actually folded two pair here. How could you actually fold two pair here? Like, this, it makes no sense. And, you know, this guy, he's just kind of like, seems like a professional bullshitter. You know, he just goes up to Barry. He's like, "Come on, man, I wouldn't do that to you." Fist bump. Like, okay, bro, we're about to look at some other hands where you did it too. So I think this guy is totally guilty.
Look what I had, fool. I hated that hand.
Oh, he hated two pair. you can't get this guy to fold one pair like ever, and now he hates two pair in a multi-way pot with two very loose, aggressive opponents. Like, come on.
To be honest, I feel
He's showing that he had two pair.
in his hand, almost always shove because it's hard for me to fold an ace. He must have thought I didn't have an ace, but I had an ace. That's sick.
Yeah, all right, buddy. Your top pair was no good, obviously. But we're gonna go to the next hand. This stuff is just really damning, guys. So I'm gonna start these clips off where this guy is staring at his cards. Like, look, he is clearly looking in the direction of Barry's cards. Whoa. So in this one, you know, Queen 3 off pre 10-6 suited, why not? These are the ranges these guys are playing. Okay, so what happens here is Skills Rocks bets this flop, and Barry makes a call, and Skills Rocks then decides to go all in blind on the turn.
Open-ended.
But it's close to a coin
I'm all
flip.
in.
Yeah. Whoa.
He's all in blind.
Whoa. This is just awesome.
And this is going to work.
Well, it's really awesome, and it's definitely going to work if you know what your opponent's cards are. If you know he just has a 10, he's obviously going to fold.
I think so too.
So, yeah, he gets the fold there,
Shows it.
shows the bluff.
Gonna fucking
You know, Barry's tilt is starting to build. I mean, this is one of the beginning hands of him getting shown a bluff. And what's so sick about this guy too, this guy Skills Rocks, is he looks at the cards every time, and then when he gets the bluff through, he shows it, and he's so proud. He's like, "Look at what I bluffed you with," which is just kind of like sick, right? If you're gonna look at someone's cards on a live stream game with thousands of people watching, where someone can come back and look at the hands like I'm doing right now, you're gonna have the gall to actually fucking brag about the hands you're bluffing him with. I mean, that's pretty sick, right? This guy, he's a real piece of work. All right, in the next hand, see, we have hand 3 of 5.
On the show.
Did we catch that?
You know, there is one of
He is clearly looking down in the direction of his cards.
the top 5 tippers.
Yeah, still looking even before he checks his own cards.
on the
Like, I mean, this is like blatantly obvious,
show all the time.
right?
So I have all the
So we'll fast forward to the part where he ends up bluffing him off the hand. So Barry decides to try to bluff. He bets 400 10 high. They end up getting to the river. Candy has sevens. Poor Candy is just a victim in this. And Barry decides to continue his story in bluffs and bets 2,000. Bets over pot. Big bet, right? Candy has to fold her sevens.
Candy gives up the best hand.
Well, man, if we see.
And Skills Rocks, you know, why not go all in with ace high? It's not like he has like showdown value and could maybe call, you know, and bluff catch versus something that Barry's bluffing with, like, you know, 5-6 or clubs or, you know, whatever else Barry might be bluffing with. Why not just turn your ace high into a bluff?
Skills Rocks goes all in.
Wow.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Barry, this is your chance.
This is, oh man.
Barry,
If Barry
this is
finds a
your
call
chance.
here, dude. If
This
Barry finds a
is-
call.
So they're saying this is your chance because basically Skills Rocks has been bluffing him, as we just saw in two hands.
Let's go, Barry.
Long story short, he does not call.
Together.
He folds. And when he folds, let's see how Skills Rocks reacts.
Bananas.
Here it is.
I know he folds. Oh, man.
Fucking my boy. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
This guy is a tool. He's laughable. It's like, there's no way he's not cheating here, right?
Don't play with me. Oh shit, my bad.
Don't play with him. He smacks the table. A chip bounces, hits Poker Bunny. Another victim in this guy's, you know, cheating rampage of tonight in this live stream. Poor Poker Bunny and poor Barry.
Fucking knew it.
Yeah, Barry's tilt is rising.
Don't play with me. Shit. That's twice he knew it, but he didn't call.
Oh, you know, he's bragging about this shit too. It's so sick. That's twice he knew it, but he didn't call. Well, we're about to see two more times. All right, we start this one off once again with Skills Rocks staring in the direction of Barry's cards. And I think in this one he leans back to try to get a better look. Yeah, there it is.
Their time.
Show it again. Lean back.
It's magic, is what is it? What it is. It's magic. Big dog. I know you got
Just watch him. I mean, even right now, he looks sus, right? He's just like looking around like, hope no one's watching. Well, buddy, a lot of people are watching. This guy, he seems like a nice guy. I mean, he's got a Mr. Beast shirt on, you know? You gotta love him.
Make it make sense. I think it should have been
Oh, lean back. Okay, so we're gonna end up getting to the river here, where they both have a straight, right? They both have a 9. The board is 8, 10, 6, 7. They river a straight with the 9, right?
Chop now. That's gonna be so tilting.
So Barry bets 1,500.
Skills Rocks my jam.
Barry, I love you. Yeah.
And now let's hear this, you know, very impressive speech play.
I love you. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Barry, look at this, okay? Guys, be quiet. Barry, I fucking love you, dog. Okay. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. We're not chopping. Okay? I am all in. We're not chopping. I love him and I'm telling him I love him. I love him. I love this guy. And he's gonna fucking...
So once again, Skills Rocks is, you know, acting like he's buddy with Barry by telling him he loves him, and he shows him a card. He shows him a 9. So obviously a 9 is not the nuts here. You know, Jack 9 would be a higher straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, right? So that's what Skills Rocks is trying to get Barry to believe. And he's doing that somewhat convincingly for Barry, I guess. By telling him, we're friends. I love you. I wouldn't show you this unless I had you beat. Is essentially what he's saying, right? What he's trying to tell him, and Barry ends up believing it.
Dump it all in one fucking hand. This is how much of a fucking G I am. I love you, bro. If you had a set or a 9, you're gone. You're garbanzo. Yeah, that's what I said. We're not chopping.
So also, I saw someone in the comments section make a good point. Why would he be talking to him if he had Jack 9 like this? He would want him to call with a set or a jack or anything else, right? Like, he wouldn't be using this kind of speech play. He would be probably be quiet and be trying to get him to call. But in this case, he's trying to get him to fold, obviously.
I love you, dog.
If you love me, show me the queen.
I will when I show the queen.
Show me the
Yeah, Barry meant the jack, but, whatever.
queen.
You.
Let me tell you how much table talk doesn't affect me.
I said I love him. I told him we're not chopping. And I said I love him. I check. He bets and I re-raise him.
Oh, man, this guy's great. He eventually folds.
Just been wrong.
So he eventually folds, and let's see how Skills Rocks reacts once again.
Again and again and again with this guy.
Yeah, it's so bad when they get in your head like this, man. Oh, it's so tilting.
Chop for 3,000.
Wow.
That's how we fucking do it in here. That's how we do it. You feel me?
It's okay.
That's how the fuck we do it, baby.
I'll give you 3,000. I'll give you $1,000.
Of course. I'll take that shit all day.
Dude is really just a dickhead, and you got to feel bad for Barry. I mean, this guy, like I said earlier, he seems like a nice guy, and he's just kind of having to take all of this on the chin.
I will have all of that before it's
You've been sick.
He can, and he's a good sport. He keeps continuing to kind of talk trash and be buddy, but little does he know that this guy's been staring at his cards the entire time. So, all right, this is the final hand. So once again, this hand kicks off with this guy, Skills Rocks, leaning back and staring in the direction of this guy's hand.
And look at this. Candy is...
Like, that is just like, boom, right there. I think that's a thumbnail of this video. It's just so obvious.
now in here with kings against 5 deuce
This
and
is
7-6.
This is what dreams are made of. Oh, unfortunately, neither player flops a piece for Barry.
So we're going to skip to the part where Skills Rocks once again gets the bluff through. And they get to a river. Candy has kings with an ace on board. Poor Candy is just another victim here once again. And it's funny because actually, you know, other players are affected by this guy Skills Rocks knowing what cards Barry has. So this one's like quite damning if you ask me. So let's see what happens.
$4,000.
So Skills Rocks decides to bluff with 5 deuce and bets 1,000. Barry decides to finally take a stand and say, you know what? I don't think he has anything here. I'm gonna raise. He raises to 4,000.
Oh no,
And
Candy's gonna be
Barry
blown off.
literally did Skills Rocks' game or move here where he snap raised.
Poor Candy has to fold.
Yeah.
And can Skills Rocks pick up on this and snap raise him back?
All in, there it is!
There it is! He snap raised him back! He snap jammed 5 deuce off on ace jack queen 7-8 board. What a genius!
Got it! He does! Unreal!
And of course, Barry can't call with a 7. And, you know, of course, we're going to have the world's biggest celebration from Skills Rocks here. Let's just tune in.
What's up, doggy dog?
What's up, doggy dog? Let's go.
4-4-4.
Great fucking play. Holy fuck.
I'm surprised Barry
That was great.
turned his play on him to not call.
I was like, hold on, this fool, he wanted to fold.
I'm blown away by that, honestly. Like,
He wanted to fold.
may as well just call and catch the bluff.
He's trying to give him a taste of his own medicine, and he got...
I should have took your money.
There's no other way to put it.
I
Barry
was like, hold on.
got...
He didn't have no ace, no nothing there.
Yeah, he got owned to the untrained eye, and I'll admit, when I was watching, I actually did watch this live stream live tonight, but I was doing other things, so I wasn't paying attention to, this man's skills rocks every time where he looked. But obviously, afterwards, looking at the comment section and going to these spots, it's pretty obvious that he was looking at his cards. But during the stream, I did not notice.
He wanted to fold. I'm just letting you know you fucked up. You said right there, like, oh, you wanted to fold.
Oh yeah, now he's using what Barry actually said as the reason for him to jam there as a bluff. He's like, oh yeah, because you said fold, like that's why I did it.
Never. Oh my God, Julio. What's up, my G?
And you know what? Skills Rocks has won me over. I'm officially on Team Skills Rocks.
Skills Rock train?
Oh yeah, I'm on the Skills Rocks train.
They're on the Skills Rocks train now, but not for long.
Just in case you remember.
100%.
That's incredible. How much are When I tell you,
This guy is a legend.
last 3 hands, that's incredible. Great fucking play, bro.
And see, Barry, I mean, like I said, this guy, Barry, he just seems like a nice, humble guy. He's saying, these last 3 hands, you completely owned me.
His instincts are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are instincts, just like Mike Postle had great instincts.
I'm sure there are going to be nights where he loses huge, but that's not tonight.
How could it be?
40 as well.
100%.
40.
I got outplayed.
See, 100% I got outplayed. Man, poor Barry. You did not get outplayed, Barry. You got out-cheated. And I will say, it is somewhat of Barry's fault. You do have to protect your hand. You shouldn't be, put in a position where people can see your cards. You need to really protect your hand. But, in a game like this where it's supposed to be friendly and people are supposed to be like coming back all the time for these live stream games, like you just shouldn't really expect people to be doing this kind of stuff that this dude Skills Rocks is doing. So with that, I will show you one more clip. So like I said, the commentators or the film crew definitely likes to feature Poker Bunny for obvious reasons.
What's his name in the pink sweatshirt? Why am I blanking on his name? Yeah. One of them is going to be facing off.
So she comes back into the room, and this is something I didn't see mentioned in the comment section of this video, but I find this really weird. Look at Skills Rocks right here, and look at the way he is touching Barry's sunglasses.
Against Barry at some point for a massive pot.
Why is he moving his sunglasses?
Yeah, I think
Who does that?
so.
Almost guarantee it.
I've already seen it twice.
He literally moved his sunglasses out of the way
At some point for a massive
so that he could have a better view of his cards.
pot.
Yeah, I think so.
Almost guarantee it.
I've already seen it twice. Julio, my money's on Julio.
Straddle.
I don't know what that is. Is that a tip or what?
Skip.
I mean, I can't think of a better reason why he moved his sunglasses. There's no other reason. So this is what I wanted to show you guys as well. This is about 5 minutes after the clip where Skills Rocks bluffed Barry with 5 deuce after Barry tried to bluff him. Okay, so let's listen in.
Yes, I've seen you guys in chat talking about Skills seeing Barry's cards. I haven't seen it myself.
I haven't either. I've been trying to look for it, and it might be very subtle.
It may be subtle. Maybe I'll go back and see. Maybe in the comments to this video, if you guys want to timestamp certain spots where you think he did that, I will absolutely take a look.
It is very subtle and not something you can really pick up like very easily, which is kind of how I explained. But obviously with these comments that I'm about to show you, it becomes very, very clear.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that even if he is, we're on a delay. Like, we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And technically it is up to the player to protect their own cards.
But that being said,
Oh, 2 pair actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cool either way. I'm not
That
justifying
being
it.
said, it would color the whole night a heck of a lot different.
Oh, it would. No, it's
He's
worth taking a look
essentially
at.
Mike Postling him.
Yeah, so the commentators basically acknowledge, like, you know, Barry has to protect his hand, but obviously it would not be cool at all. So I don't really think they're at fault here at all, but depending on how they respond to this situation, that's really going to determine how we feel about the commentators' actions, right? So now let's take a look at some of these top comments. So top comment, 34 likes. Many these spots I just showed you. Watching Skills go into cover-up mode after Antonio announces to the table that he kicked him is absolutely hilarious and damning evidence of collusion. Skills giving Antonio the heads up not to put money in against Barry, who had the nuts. One of many times Barry was trying to look at, or Skills was trying to look at Barry's hand. I guess Poker Bunny is actually a genius for the way she looks at her cards. That's pretty funny. If you guys don't know Poker Bunny, she looks at her cards with two hands on one card, like that. And I just did an interview with her that's going to be released next week, early next week, and I will give you a sneak peek. She does that because
I have really small hands, and
she has small hands. That's the reason. But seriously, tune in next week and you'll see the interview. So another person tagged a spot. That's how he bluffed. Great job to everyone who noticed Skills peeking at Barry's cards. Pretty immoral stuff. You would think the guy was considering... You would think the guy was God considering how he played against Barry until you realized that he could see his cards. Occam's razor at its finest. Not sure what that means, but yeah, totally true. Yeah, it is Barry's fault technically to not protect his hand, but you know, there's etiquette and not to be a scumbag, especially the way this guy celebrated every bluff. And doing it on a live stream like this is just not cool. He scoots his chair closer to Barry, getting in position to talk to him, acting like a friend. Bluffed him 4 times the exact same way after this. Kept talking about how it doesn't matter how many chips Barry gets if he's tipping his cards. He's going to bluff him every time. So let's take a look at this.
It's a different kind of skill. And let's not forget, she's handling the game.
So yeah, right here, you can see Antonio just busted. He's moving his chair around, getting closer to Barry.
She's also in her microphone, relaying the graphics to the graphics room. I mean, the mental gymnastics that she's having to do.
I can't imagine. Yeah. Wow, it looks like Antonio's out.
Yeah, I mean, they're really close. Like, you don't really need to be that close, obviously. Barry's gonna hate watching this one back, literally peeling his cards right in front of Skills. That said, I hope I never see Skills on the stream again. It's a pretty good take. All you need to do is look at how Skills was looking at his cards at the beginning of the stream versus near the end. Completely different. Just like Postle with phone on the table versus off. So obvious. And he even does the Postle table talking during and after the hand, acting like he's just a crazy maniac trying to cover it up. So gross. It is gross. Lots of comments of people saying the exact same thing. I hope Hustler Casino gives him the ban hammer. Skills doing his best Postle impersonation. Please tell me this guy will never be on stream again. Yeah, this is also pretty funny. This is pretty ironic. There's a part where Barry makes fun of how Poker Bunny looks at her hands, looks at her cards. Worry about your cards, bro.
In the bank, and they're trying to make sure nobody comes in around them, so they square up and they make a big box out of themselves. So when you look at your cards, this is what you do.
I know it looks ridiculous. Like, I know it looks
Hilarious.
so bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just.
Barry, yeah, you should definitely worry about looking at your own cards properly. But yeah, guys, the proof is in the pudding. I think that's going to do it for our analysis of these hands. It's late at night for me right now. That's where I'm wearing my blue blockers. So I do have to go to bed. This just so happened to be a really good stream to watch because lots of crazy shit happened as explained. Let me know what you guys thought. And like I said, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Poker Bunny interview coming up next week and a vlog coming up soon as well.